Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ask Lewis. Today we're going to dive deeply into one question that came in from Steve Dye. He sent in a question over Messenger to Serafina about chamois cream, and I think it's a very common question that I think not many people actually know about. I was saying to Serafina off camera before, you don't really know you need chamois cream until you know you need chamois cream. So I think let's just dive into that. Do you want to talk about what chamois cream is, I suppose?
I do, because I use it, and I don't know if I've got the ladies one, and I don't know what men use, but I know that it helps, especially if you've just started riding and you haven't spent many hours in the saddle and you get that chafing, or it just so whether males or females, it's just going to hurt, and it really sucks when you do a big long ride and then you haven't put any of this on and you've got to keep riding home. Yeah. That really hurts.
I think another word for chafing there, because I never used to understand the word chafing when people used to say it, but it's like when your legs are maybe rubbing against each other, or maybe your legs or your butt is rubbing up against the saddle and it's causing almost causing a rash eventually. A more extreme version of that could be what I call a saddle sore. I think a saddle sore kind of almost looks or feels almost like a pimple, and it's probably in the worst spot that it could be, as in touching your saddle. So usually that will happen because of rubbing and building up heat and whatever else happens there as well. You've got sweat and all that sort of horrible stuff, but it's because it's so dry. Male and female are obviously different, so there's different things that you need to do to suit different body types. Serafina brought up a good point before about how she uses female specific chamois cream.
Open it up, I'm going to show how to put it on, because a lot of people go, how do you put it on? How do you put this?
I'm just going to put that there.
Yeah, it's just cream, right? It's just cream, it's almost like moisturizer cream. So you just get like this, and then you just rub it on. That's all. You just rub that on. I'm just spraying that everywhere.
And obviously what you'll see there is she's putting it right on where the contact point between the hard saddle and her body is, to stop that rubbing and that heat developing in there.
Yeah, and lots of it. Just liberally put it on. And trust me, that works, because I have ridden without that on long distances, and it is so painful, and I'll put that on, no problem at all. So that's how I assume it's the same for males to do that, and you just put it on like that. And I don't know what the best one is, but
honestly, I think it is as easy as that. I know that there's heaps of different brands out there. I couldn't possibly do a review on all the different brands. There's so many different ones out there, but try some different ones and you'll work out what eventually works for you. I personally don't actually use chamois cream. I know that a lot of people say that it's really helpful. I personally haven't had an issue yet. I remember I've had it a couple of times on quite a long bike ride, maybe like a really hot day, so I'm sweating more than normal or something like that, and it's causing that rubbing. And I remember I developed a saddle sore, and it was right on my sit bone. So every pedal stroke, it was rubbing up against it. Literally probably the worst pain that I've had on a bike. What I ended up finding out after doing some research when I got home is if you can just buy some tea tree oil, you can buy that from the chemist and that kind of thing. If you put that on, day 1, day 2, day 3, it should get a whole lot smaller and just eventually disappear. Again, I think it kind of feels almost like a pimple, but on your ass, which just sucks. So chamois cream will help avoid that. It's a preventative measure. Tea tree oil is more like a repair. So
yeah, I highly, highly recommend it. So I'm not promoting this brand at all. It's just the one that I use that was given to me when I initially asked somebody. It's like, what do I use?
Yeah, so you're not a paid shell.
Yeah, so I'm not, So what was his name?
User 123.
I'm not being paid.
Yeah.
But so just find something that works for you, but highly recommend it. So
yeah. I would say literally, if you grab some, try a ride with, try a ride without, and it will be night and day. Yeah. It'll be comfortable versus not comfortable. It'll be as obvious as that to you. So give it a try. Again, there's male and female specific ones. Obviously there's heaps of reasons why that would be, but yeah, whatever you think that you would need, give it a try. Sometimes it comes in a tub, sometimes it might come in a bottle, almost looking like a little sunscreen bottle almost, or something like that. So yeah, most bike shops tend to hold it in stock. If you ask the staff at most bike shops, they can probably give you their opinion on it as well. But as Serafina has found firsthand, she found it really helpful. So
yeah, I put it on if I'm going to be riding more than 100 kilometers. I put it on. Under 100, I don't need to, but you'll work it out what you need.
Yeah, I guess you'll just become in tune with your own body and you'll work out what you need or don't need. It's things like, maybe it's almost like drinking water as well. You end up working out what your body needs. I don't know if that's a very fair comparison, but anyway, we'll run with that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. I reckon that sums everything up. See you guys.
See you. Bye.